Hello, Janesville, and welcome back to Park Place Views, the monthly program that aims to keep Janesville residents informed by highlighting the people, places, and partners of the City of Janesville. As always, this program is brought to you by the City of Janesville and JATVMedia Services. I'm your host, Amanda Gilbert, the Communications Specialist in the City Manager's Office. In last month's episode, Communications intern Peyton Walls sat down with School District Superintendent Mark Holzman, where they discussed future plans for the school district and Superintendent Holzman's challenges and successes throughout his career. Peyton is back at school now, so we just wanted to take a moment to thank her for all her hard work this summer and congratulate her on producing 3 great episodes of Park Place Views. Today, I'm looking forward to being back in the host seat and being joined by Shelley Slapak, the city's Recreation Director. With the fall finally here in Wisconsin's Park Place, I am so excited to have Director Slapak here to help us learn more about all the fantastic events and programs the Recreation Division has planned for the fall and winter months. Thank you so much for joining us today, Shelley.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, it's the perfect time.
It sure is.
But before we get into the perfect timing and everything that is going on, why don't you start by telling us a little bit about yourselves?
Well, I've actually been with the City of Janesville for 20 years now.
Wow.
So very exciting. Professionally, I went to UW La Crosse for my bachelor's degree in recreation management, and then followed up with going to Aurora University for my master's degree. So I really have a passion for parks and recreation, not only professionally, but also personally. I am a resident of Janesville, and together with my family, which includes young children, we love to visit the parks, enjoy the trail system, and then of course all of the wonderful community events that we have. We're always out there.
It's so nice to see you so involved outside of the professional space too. Did you always want to be in recreation, or was this something that you kind of fell into?
It was actually something I wanted to do in high school. So I was working for the Beloit Parks and Rec Department, and I thought, wow, this is a great job. And lo and behold, UWL, where I went, had a major in recreation management.
Nice. So this has been kind of a long time coming, getting to your 20th anniversary. I wanted to talk about initially the highlight of the summer as we're wrapping it up, but maybe we could start with what maybe your highlight of your 20-year span has been.
Oh my gosh, that's a real tough one, but I would say honestly is the Enchanted Forest event, which we're going to talk about later. It's just that was something that was brought my first year here, and it's been an incredible 20+ year run on it, and I think it's a fabulous event.
It is, and we'll touch on it more soon. But we are wrapping up the summer season, like I mentioned. Any big highlights, something to shout out about before we say goodbye to summer?
Besides all the great construction projects that are going on, not only in our park system, but overall in the city, I would say we had a great summer, and it was due to incredible weather. We were able to have our pools open almost every day and staffed, and people enjoying them. Lots of our camps and programs were full at capacity, and just the new events that are coming about in the community, it's just great. And
speaking of pools, this was a big summer for Palmer Park's pool because it was announced that we're getting a new one. Yes. Can you tell us a little bit about that project?
Absolutely. So it's bittersweet for us, and I'm sure for many in the community. I know personally I grew up in Rock County, so visited Palmer Pool when I was younger with the 2 larger metal slides that some of us are personally aware of and enjoyed. But the pool was built in 1936. And despite the incredible tradition and the amount of people that have enjoyed the pool, it was beyond its useful life. So we were excited when we got word that we were able to move forward with our new pool project at Palmer Park. So we're actually looking forward to construction starting very soon. The orange fencing is now up in Palmer Park, and soon we'll start some demo work and get going on a similar type pool that will be located in an alternate location in Palmer Park. So this pool project will include a zero depth entry, which is different from Palmer Wading Pool and very common with modern pools, as well as it'll have some fun new aquatic features for the younger children, and as well as some deeper water with limited lap lanes that kids and adults can swim in, play basketball in. We're looking forward to more shade structures, a new concession and admission building, and just we're looking forward to starting new traditions in our community.
It's going to be a super exciting change. I know it's always hard to let go and people have those memories, but it's going to be a really great spot to build those new ones.
Sure is.
And so you said construction is going to get underway here soon. And so people have a little bit of time before they get to enjoy it. But in the meantime, we do have the fall and winter 2024 activity guide that's out. How do folks get a copy of this?
So that guide is actually not mailed out to residents of the city like we do our spring summer, but they can get it on the City of Janesville website, or they can get it at the library, the Convention and Visitors Bureau, or City Hall at the Parks and Rec office.
So super easy peasy for folks to get their hands on and find about all the fun that's coming to town.
Absolutely, and if they give us a call, we'll probably even mail them one if they want.
Oh, nice. You heard it here. Shelley will mail it to you if you give her a call.
That's right.
And the fun kicks off right away, especially coming up here soon. The Enchanted Forest and the Hollywood Hayride are both on their way. Can you tell us about these family-friendly events?
Absolutely. I mentioned the Enchanted Forest before. It is an absolute favorite of not only myself, the staff, the community, but it is an event that's held in October, and it's geared for families with younger children. We have an Enchanted Forest walk, which is a guided and narrated walk through Palmer Park, where we feature scenes from famous fairy tales and nursery rhymes. All of the scenes are acted out by volunteers from our local high schools and community members. And then we also, along the perimeter of Palmer Park, have our Hollywood Hayride, which is essentially just that. The community can come and they can enjoy not only a hayride, but we also have scenes from movies and popular television shows. Again, all acted out. We've got awesome set construction, costumes, props. We even have handouts that include candy and little trinkets for the kiddos on the hayride. So lots of fun, games there. Concessions, just a unique event. And one thing that we're excited about this year is we are actually modernizing the event and collecting money via card this year.
Wow.
So we've previously been only cash only. And one other new thing for the community is we're actually going to have a QR code for voting for the community members coming to vote for their favorite scene.
Nice. Super exciting. And speaking of handing things out and maybe candy for the kiddos, the Riverside Trunk or Treat is also coming up. But it's different than Trick or Treat. What is Trunk or Treat?
So it's a spin on trick-or-treating, of course, and this is something we did during COVID times, and it kind of has stuck with us. It was super popular. We pivot over to another beautiful park, Riverside Park, and we set up that north end of the park where businesses and organizations sign up to sponsor a trunk. So they essentially bring a vehicle and they decorate their trunks in a certain theme. And during that event, the community can drive through and stop at each of the trunks, and those businesses or organizations will hand out candy. So we get about 500 cars.
Wow.
It's a great event. The organizations are competing for various prizes. So least looking like a trunk, funniest, best theme. So really just another fun event and another opportunity to get candy.
And this event, for folks that are interested in taking their kiddos through the trunk or treat, does it cost anything for them to participate?
All free.
Amazing.
Yes.
So free fun, free candy, just free good times, basically.
Exactly. And the other positive is Riverside Park at that time of the year in the fall is simply beautiful.
And speaking of free and outside and beautiful, you guys put together, you and the Recreation Division office, put together the story walks that happen.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little about the story walks and the program's mission?
Absolutely. We started this partnership actually with Hedberg Public Library and the school district. So we love partnerships. It's been a very successful one. We work with the library to pick out a book, and we change out that story walk in the Arboretum seasonally. So the fall book is just out, and that is actually a fall ball for all. And the author is Jamie Swenson, and she is actually a librarian and a local resident here in Janesville.
Oh, super cool.
So very, very neat. Great book. And the mission of the Story Walk is essentially to get people outside. It combines physical activity with literacy and nature.
And combining it, also another part that I noticed this year is the Story Walk scavenger hunt.
Yes.
Can you tell us how that works?
Yep. So we wanted, again, this is another thing that came about during COVID times that's really stuck, is we really wanted to get people outdoors, stay outside, not just in the summer month, but continue into the fall. And our Story Walk this fall is in Schaefer Park. It's at the trailhead there, and similar to the Story Walk in the Arboretum, we have pedestals with pages of a book spread out. It's about a 0.25 mile walk out and a 0.25 mile walk back. And families can go and read the book page by page, but the twist on this is that there is a letter at each pedestal, and they have to collect those letters, and they have to descramble the letters for a word, and then they can message the Parks and Rec office, and if they get that descrambled word right, they are entered into a drawing for a free fall prize basket.
Oh, nice. So fun, and you might win a little something, something.
You can't go wrong.
You can't go wrong. It's a win-win. Now with fall, you obviously brings these fun activities. One of the I always thought was fun was back to school and going back to school and seeing all your friends finally. And one of the other partnerships we have with the school district is the middle school rec nights. Can you tell us about the programs there, and if parents want to get involved in that anyway, how can they do so?
Absolutely. So the Recreation Division rents out the schools, the local middle schools here in Janesville, both Edison, Franklin, and Marshall, and we do rec nights for 6th through 8th graders throughout the school year. So it's not every Friday, it's for select Friday evenings from 6:30 to 8 p.m. And we've got a whole host of activities that we do there, including an open gym, open swimming, the pool's open with lifeguards. We've got a DJ with dancing, concessions, and then of course, like you mentioned, the socialization with friends. And then we have it staffed. And then we also, as you mentioned, are looking for parent volunteers. So any parent that is interested to help, we highly encourage it. We welcome it. Reach out to our office. And the great thing about volunteering is your child would get in free to that rec night.
Nice. Lots of win-wins. I'm noticing a common theme here with
Yes.
you guys.
Yes.
Speaking of people wanting to get involved in volunteer, the recreation team is tiny but mighty.
Yes.
And it takes your whole workforce team to get these programs done and put out to the public. And the volunteers really do play an essential role in making these events happen. How can folks get involved or learn about volunteer opportunities to get signed up?
You really said it correct right there. We could not do all of the programs and events without volunteers. Even specifically the Enchanted Forest, on a given night we're having 75 volunteers out in the park. So we really depend on them. The city, as you know, has a great volunteer site on our website. Individuals who are looking to volunteer can fill out an application on the City of Janesville website, a nice tab right up on top right that says volunteer. Fill out that form, and we contact a lot of people. So even if maybe there's not an opportunity that works for people's time frame right now, we save all of those interested volunteers that indicate the Recreation Division and reach out to them. But we do post some of our volunteer opportunities on the website, including the Enchanted Forest, which is up right now, and anything else we need. So we encourage people to check out that volunteer site, and maybe if they're not ready to volunteer for an opportunity that's up right now, to fill out that form.
Nice. And I know it's October and the people say, don't talk about Christmas before Thanksgiving. But we're going to talk a little bit about Christmas before Thanksgiving. We have Janesville's Jolly Jingle planned and scheduled for December 6th through the 8th this year. Can you tell us what that looks like? The weekend full of fun. What's going on with that?
Yes, another one of my personal favorites and community favorites is Janesville's Jolly Jingle. And again, this one is not just the city. We are just one partner in that event. The main organizations that do put this on are the city, DJI, Downtown Janesville Inc., the Janesville Area Convention and Visitors Bureau, and the Business Improvement District, along with 12 other event partners, including JATV. So very exciting. We could not put on a 3-day event that has a myriad of activities throughout those 3 days, morning, day, night, you name it. There is a website, www.janesvillejollygjingle.com, and we have everything on there, all of our partner events that are going on, some of the new things. This is our 11th annual year doing the event. It's always the first weekend in December. Some of the highlights, I would say, of the event are the kickoff on Friday evening. We always do a big tree lighting ceremony in Courthouse Park, followed by fireworks in the downtown, incredible views in our town square, holly jolly trolley rides, so many visits with Santa, and then of course the holiday lighted parade is a fan favorite, and we couldn't do it without our sponsors, and those are all listed on the website and in our partners.
And I gotta say, last year was the first year I went to Jolly Jingle anything, and I was here the whole weekend, and I was just blown away at how much there was to do, how many people were out there, and just like how great of a time it was. It really is an event worth participating in.
That's great to hear, and I will say, and we work so hard with the Convention and Visitors Bureau especially to get people out there, to encourage them to stay overnight in Janesville at our hotels, because it's too hard to choose and pick one day.
Right.
You really gotta stay for the whole thing, because it's hard to pick and choose. There's so much to do between the 3 days.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know no one really wants to talk about snow yet. Last year we didn't get too much. But if we get some this year, I know that the Recreation Division office offers snow equipment rentals. What can people rent? How do they go about it? What are the details?
Well, I love snow because I love snowshoeing and cross-country skiing. And those are two of our equipment rentals that we do have at the Recreation office in City Hall in the winter months. So we've got varying sizes for snowshoes and cross-country skis for little kids on up to adults. So they're first come, first served. We don't reserve them in advance because we do have limited sizes, but for a small fee, community members can rent those items either for a daily basis or on the weekend. And the nice thing about the weekend is the cost of $10 for youth or $16 for adult gets the rental from any time on Friday to any time return on Monday.
Nice.
And there's lots of great opportunities for not only snowshoeing but cross-country skiing in Janesville in our parks.
Yeah, and we have tons of trails people can take these out on too. It's perfect. It really is. It's a good combination.
Yep. Get outside, get some exercise, and have fun while you're doing it all.
Yeah. And with adults too. I know we've covered a lot of family-friendly, sort of family-based activities, but that doesn't mean we're leaving the adults in town behind by any means.
Absolutely not.
We have adult-based like sport programs too. Could you tell us about those at all?
Sure. We do adult volleyball programs. Again, we utilize the middle schools here in Janesville, and we, for fall, right now have both fall or men's and women's leagues, and then in the winter we have co-ed leagues, and then also in the winter we have men's basketball leagues.
Nice.
So opportunities for, socialization, exercise, and playing a sport maybe we haven't played since high school.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think I've done anything basketball related since high school, but
well,
this could be the time to shine. We're just about out of time, Shelley, but before we go, we started the program talking about what we liked most about this summer and what the highlights were and whatnot. Looking ahead, what do you think is going to be the big moment as we wrap up 2024?
Gosh, so many things. I think we talked about the construction. I mean, the Woodman Center. If you're driving down Milton Avenue, it's just construction's moving fast. So it won't be necessarily done in 2024, but it will be in 2025. And I think that that's an exciting thing for our community to watch the progress as we move through 2024 and into 2025. And I guess the other thing I would just encourage the community to get out. I've just spoken about the events that the Recreation Division is involved in. Our community organizations and businesses are doing a great job as well of planning events and engaging the community. So lots of things to do in Janesville. People just got to get out there and enjoy the parks and are outside and the events.
All right, well, that just about does it for us today, Shelley. Thank you so much for coming on the program. We're really happy to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. And I can't wait, and I'm sure our other viewers can't wait either, to attend all the different programs the Recreation Division and other city organizations are putting on for the rest of the year. Speaking of our viewers, I want to thank everyone for tuning in today and for all you do to help make Janesville a community of choice to realize life's opportunities. I invite you to stay connected with the city by following us on Facebook, X, and Instagram, signing up for notifications from the JPD via the Nixle app, and signing up to receive city press releases by visiting janesvillewi.gov/email lists. For Park Place Views and the City of Janesville, I'm Amanda Gilbert. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you again next month.